Hey, Pulse and Pirate fans, welcome to the 4th episode of the Pirate Podcast for 2019. You can find us on the PHS webpage, YouTube, and SoundCloud, airing every Friday morning. Today, our guest is Pulse and Pirate cross-country runner and senior Kasen Heninger. Kasen, how's it going today?
Pretty good. How about you, Caleb?
I'm doing pretty good.
I'm doing pretty good, too. So everybody knows.
Nobody cares.
Okay.
That was a
Kasen.
fake laugh.
Yeah, I know it was a fake laugh. Kasen, how's your senior year going so far?
It's pretty easy. It's going pretty well.
Yeah. Good for you, man.
So
I'm
what,
glad you're having an easy time.
Yeah.
what about the year has been easy?
Well, I mean, I pretty much only have two hard classes, I'd say, AP Calculus and English.
That's good. That's
you
good.
think AP Calculus is easy?
I don't. But that's
Yeah.
That's why you
rough.
listed it as one of the
No, I
hard
know,
classes.
but still, if the whole thing is easy, I don't know. AP Calculus is pretty hard. I'll give you that. All right. What's been your favorite part of your senior year so far?
probably taking anatomy and physiology with Mr. Quinn.
Is Mr. Quinn your favorite teacher?
Mr. Quinn is my favorite teacher.
Is Mr.
Yes.
Quinn your favorite person?
I don't know about that.
Just be aware that family and friends will be watching.
Moving on.
How's cross country going this year for you?
Pretty good. I've been on varsity all year so far, and I'm looking forward to state.
How have the time has been looking, not just for you, but for as the team as a whole?
So we have Mason. He's the fastest one, and he's pretty ahead. He's far ahead of everyone else. But then there's this big group, about 4 runners that are pretty close to my times.
So what did you do this summer to kind of prepare for your last cross country season?
Well, I started running every day at the start, and then by the end, running twice a day, probably like 3 times a week, and I got up to 223 miles in the summer.
Oh, wow. And there was a day this summer, right, where you ran 24 miles in
Oh.
one day
Yeah.
consecutively?
So we did this thing where we ran 24 miles 24 miles a day and a mile every hour. It was very exhausting.
Wow.
Did you, what was the worst mile, you think? of the 24 that day.
Probably like right before lunch. We were super hungry, and we didn't even say anything to each
I
other.
feel like
We were just-
after lunch has got to be kind of hard too, right?
Yeah, we
Right
felt
after
a
you
little. Well, like we were just exhausted, but we felt a little better, and we ran super slow, so it didn't really get to us. The
Yeah.
food.
So, do you do any other sports other than cross country?
I don't do anything in the winter. I do IBA, but then I do track in the
You
spring.
excited for IBA?
I'm very excited for IBA. Me and
Nice.
Bridger are gonna be captains.
It's always a good time.
Are you looking forward to track as well?
Yeah, it's gonna be my senior year, so I'm gonna try my hardest and hopefully improve those mile times.
And what are some of your hobbies outside of school?
So I like to mountain bike summer, fall, spring, and then ski in the winter.
Very nice.
So, what would you say out of all those things is like your favorite?
Of my hobbies,
Yeah.
hard to tell, but probably mountain biking because I can do it more often than skiing.
Where do you mountain bike at, or is that a secret?
Secret?
I like to mountain bike in
secret.
in Whitefish a lot, but I mostly
Gross.
Yeah, Whitefish sucks.
Yeah, Whitefish sucks,
No
but
offense.
yeah,
But it does.
and I also bike behind my house sometimes.
So, what's your favorite movie of all time?
Favorite movie
We're
of all time?
we're kind of putting you on the spot on this. one.
Let's see.
You have 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Yeah. I'm kidding. Take
Well,
your time.
one that never gets old is Back to the Future. I'd have to say that.
Lovely choice.
1, 2, or 3.
Definitely the first one.
I respect that.
I respect that.
So, I have another question, if that's all right.
Go
Sure.
ahead.
Okay, Kasen. So, you wake up in the morning, right?
Yes.
Get ready, take a shower, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
What is your hair routine?
Oh, okay.
How do you maintain that
So
amazingness
get
on
out
your
of the
head?
shower, and I dry it off, shake it around a bit, and then I blow dry it for approximately 10 minutes.
Wow.
10 minutes.
Really?
No, probably like 7,
Because
6.
that's better. Any product or just
I
blow
mean,
dry?
I mean, I wash with shampoo and conditioner, and that's about
Yeah.
it.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Exceptional.
All right.
Exceptional.
So, like I say every interview, we like to go off the rails at the end. We like
Alright.
to take this in a place that nobody's expecting. So,
Secret,
tomorrow
secret.
morning you wake up and you are Batman. What do you do?
Oh, I'm Batman. You know?
I think blow dry your hair.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Go on. Continue.
Let's see. I'd probably be probably show up to school late, wondering and figuring all this out, and then I'd just act normal until the end of the day, and then I'd probably like go test some of the
Tech.
equipment, the tech
The
after
tech.
school.
If I was Batman, I'd rob a bank immediately.
Immediately.
Immediately. What about you, Trey?
I wouldn't rob a bank, probably.
Don't. That sounds so condescending. Like
It's supposed to.
you don't know what you do. You don't.
No, I wouldn't rob a bank, though.
You don't know.
Okay.
Probably find some women.
Oh, just pull up in the Batmobile. Hey, what's up?
A Batman.
I didn't just
Do
go
you
rob
wanna-
a
you want-
bank. You want to get in?
Yeah, you want to go on a date?
Let's go.
Uh,
Blodgetts? Blodgetts, anyone?
Are they a sponsor?
Nope. Not yet.
But they can be if they see this.
If they see this, which they won't.
This has been the most off the rails I think we've ever
Yeah,
gone.
this is...
All right. Well, Kasen, I would consider this a pretty successful interview. Best of luck to you as you go into state.
Yes.
If you want, you can sign the wall, put the date on there.
All right.
You can do that right now. You can sign it
see.
wherever you want.
Oof. Are we getting this? Look at the back of that guy's head. That is fantastic.
It's a flow. So look, do you need to know the date?
I do need to know.
It is
203.
October 8th.
Beautiful.
Yeah, once again, thanks, Kasen, for coming on. Next week, we're not quite sure who we have yet, but be sure to tune in. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Was this not entertaining? Are
I-
you not entertained?
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to throw that
That was a
in
good
there.
little gladiator
I know,
reference
thanks.
for,
Thank you.
for my cinephiles out
Thanks.
there.
Oh, God, stop. All right, Kasen.
Thanks for watching. Have a good day, PHS.